Good morning, scrappy friends. Laura Rumble here with my second lesson for Scrap Academy, and this week's topic is journaling. If you know me, you might be having a little giggle that I'm doing a lesson on journaling, because it is by far my weakest point. Nevertheless, I've cleared off a 14-inch square gap on the messy desk, and I'm going to give you a few examples before I go into today's layout. So I'm going to be focusing on journaling with different fonts. As journaling is not my forte, I tend to either go big or not bother. So I'm going to show you some examples of going big with your journaling. I have simply gathered different alpha stickers in different fonts, different colours, different styles, and taken a word with each one. It is what I would say is probably the biggest design feature of this layout. The journaling is the design. We move on to this one. I've taken a quote, it's my favourite quote: "The darkest moments of our lives are not to be buried and forgotten. Rather, they are a memory to be called upon for inspiration, to remind us of the unrelenting human spirit and our capacity to overcome the intolerable." Which is a brilliant quote by a chap called Vince Lombardi, who was a sports coach. I wanted to get this quote down in an album. It seemed a bit much for one set of alphas, so I went kind of ransom style. I pulled out all of my half-used alpha sheets, and I worked through systematically, seeing if I had enough T's and sort of planning out what would go where. For my E's, because there are never enough E stickers in alpha sets for me, I decided to stamp them. So whilst all of the consonants and most of the vowels are stuck down, the E's are stamped with a rubber stamp and ink. This seemed like the best option because I would have been breaking into brand new alpha sheets to use my E's, and that would have left me with no E's to use with the rest of the alpha sheet, if that makes sense. With these, I've also run a line of stitching through to hold the alphas in place. I find that alphas have varying amount of stick on them, and for me it's best to have a line of stitching through to make sure that they're not going anywhere. This section here is again mixed alpha stickers. What I've done is I've painted these ones to match these ones. That's a bit of a close-up maybe. So falling and into 2020 are glitter alphas. The ones I've used for Head First were, I think they were green. It didn't match with the layout, but with a couple of coats of paint, I did a coat of white gesso first, and then 2 or 3 coats of gold paint, and it doesn't have the same sort of ransom style effect. It feels more cohesive because we're staying in the same colour palette. And for this layout, I have used tiny word stickers mixed in with alpha tile stickers, again mixed in with my handwriting. I would say take a look at the stickers that you have, grab a scrap piece of paper and do maybe 2 or 3 run-throughs before you go to your layout. You might need to work out spacing. You will need to work out which words that you would be handwriting you can replace with stickers. It's a fun effect, but work it out on scrap paper rather than going straight onto your layout, because if you're anything like me, it'll take you a couple of attempts to get there. Right, I'm going to go into the layout now. So starting off, I'm working on an A4 sheet. I'm thinking about switching to A4 permanently rather than 12 by 12, just to save a little bit of space with my album storage. I have got 2 photos of my nephew. There is 3, and really could not grasp why he couldn't come in and play Pass the Parcel because of stupid lockdown. So that's what we're going with. I've got a cut file which I've designed, which is a frame with a few bits that you can fill in to add a bit of colour. And I have fussy cut a party dinosaur, and in fact most of the papers I've used are from the same collection that the dinosaur came from, which is a Bella Boulevard one. I've got a couple of bits of chipboard. I've got a parcel and a celebrate. So my nephew, aged 3, knows that you celebrate birthdays by playing party games, and his favourite game is Parcel Parcel. Most of us call it Pass the Parcel, but we're wrong apparently, and it's just the cutest thing when he says it. And the fact that he wanted to celebrate my birthday by playing Parcel Parcel, my 35th birthday. Every 35-year-old needs some party games. So I have, as my way of trying to make up for us not being able to do what he wanted, I have promised that when we get out of lockdown, we're going to have an epic game of Parcel Parcel. And there will be dinosaurs, and there will be cake, and there will be cuddles, and we'll be in the same house, and it will be wonderful. So that's the basis of the layout. I am going to do some stamping to create label spaces to do some writing in. I've used a few different fonts of Tile Alpha, and I'm also including the chipboard word celebrate as part of my journaling. This top label I wanted to be a bit longer, so I've just inked it up and moved it along and inked it up again to create a longer label. Getting my celebrate in place, my chipboard parcel, which I thought was perfect for Parcel Parcel. And I've got a speech bubble. You see me switching pens there. I've just gone to a finer nib so that I could get my writing a bit smaller. I was going to try and fit in a few different styles of handwriting, which is another great way to diversify your journaling. But I knew my energy levels were dropping quite rapidly. I've got ME, by the way, if you didn't know. So I knew that was not going to happen, and I just carried on with my general scrawl. But I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 different styles of alpha sticker. I've got a chipboard piece and my handwriting, which is a pretty good selection for mixed font journaling. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye!